substitute in that tweeter, what I'm specifically citing Haaretz, a major news publication in Israel. Israelis seem to be comfortable talking about the true facts behind what happened on October 7th. It does not minimize the 1,200 odd people who were killed on that day, to have an accounting of the number of them that were soldiers, the number of them that were children, the number of them that were elderly, the number of them that were killed by Israeli forces and not actually by Hamas in the crossfire. All of those things, if you are a victim or a family of a victim of someone who died on October 7th, the Israelis who are victimized by this want to know the truth. They don't care about narratives that are going to protect Netanyahu if they kill their parents.
I want to know the truth as well.
Okay, so
and the truth is very messy here because.
All right. So all I wanted to get to was to point to the fact that pressure is mounting against Joe Biden, and I think the reason is this: Doctors Without Borders put out this report about what's going on at Al-Shifa Hospital over the weekend. They noted that there had been snipers that sniped in through the IDF snipers that sniped in and killed and hit 2 patients through a window of a hospital. The argument for how that is targeting Hamas is very unclear. They said, we don't have electricity, there's no water in the hospital, there's no food. People will die in a few hours without functioning ventilators. In the front of the main gate, there are many bodies. There are also injured patients. We can't bring them inside. When we sent an ambulance to bring the patients a few meters away and they attacked the ambulance, there are injured people around the hospital looking for medical care. We can't bring them inside. Here's the bit about, there's also a sniper who attacked patients. They have gunshot wounds. We operated on 3 of them. The situation is very bad. It is inhuman. It's a closed area. No one knows about us. We don't have an internet connection. You managed to call me now, but maybe you'll have to try 10 times before you reach me again. The medical team agreed to leave the hospital only if patients are evacuated first. We don't want to leave our patients. There are 600 inpatients, 37 babies, someone who needs an ICU. We can't leave them. I think that kind of reporting is exactly why Biden is feeling the pressure to put the pressure on Israel to at very least do a temporary ceasefire. We'll see if this actually materializes into something more substantive, given that there have been efforts by Hamas to do prisoner exchanges much earlier in this conflict. But I hope for all involved that not only is there some kind of ceasefire, but that there's an immediate provision of medical aid, water, and food to the people who are living in these horrible circumstances.
I hope there's a ceasefire too, and I hope it's enduring. I just don't know how it can be enduring while Hamas continues to exist, and I don't think they're close enough in the negotiating table.
Well, look, Hamas has existed for the last 17 years, and Israel did repeatedly mow the lawn and randomly kill Gazans during that time period. But certainly the level of gruesome civilian death that we've seen in the last 4 weeks is unprecedented. So at the very least, Israel knows how to coexist with the people they've been keeping in the open-air prison for decades.
They're not going to.
They could at least return to that status quo.
I don't think the state of Israel is willing to return to a status quo, given what happened on October 7th and given Hamas's stated commitment to have more October 7th until they get everything that they want.
Yeah, I think that's right. I don't think that Gazans are willing to continue to live indefinitely in an open-air prison in violation of international law.
I'm talking about Hamas.
Right, and Hamas.
Does Hamas need to be the governing body of the people in Gaza?
I don't know. Do you want to hold another election? Do you want to?
Of course.
Wait, but do you want to do regime change? Because this is what Hillary Clinton was being criticized for just in the last week, for saying that I don't want to misquote her, but she said something along the lines of we should have been guaranteed more closely the outcome of that election. Like, we should have controlled the outcome of the election.
Well, hopefully it can be done via diplomacy. But the state of Israel is not going to tolerate Hamas on its borders, given what happened.
That's evident, and that's why we're seeing ethnic cleansing and genocide.
And Hamas is not going to tolerate the existence of the state of Israel. So this idea that there could be that is a fantasy we're projecting onto them. Both sides have wanted to fight, so they're fighting, and innocent people are dying by the thousands. And it's terrible, but that's the way it's going to be unless Hamas is dealt with. But I hope there's an enduring ceasefire and they work things out, because I don't like seeing these images of blown apart people on either side of this conflict, and I don't think U.S. policy should continue to endorse or support it, and I wouldn't have thought U.S. policy should do that anyway. It's not really our business. It doesn't serve our security interests. It's our money, not theirs. So we don't have disagreement on that, but we will continue to monitor. I apologize for what I said and losing my